morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you are watching this. I have got a challenge for you. Quick, grab a pencil, grab a scrap piece of paper. First person to do it wins a prize. Or if you're at home, you'll win a prize because you'll be the only winner. Can you write down the 4 countries of the UK? Go. 4 countries of the UK. Go. First person shouts it out. Yay. Okay. Hopefully you managed to get down Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. So they are the 4 countries of the UK. If you haven't guessed already, I am taking you on a journey today with your geography lesson. So we are going to today be doing something, again, moving on from our counties lesson last week. By the way, that was absolutely fantastic, okay? And today I'm going to share with you a lesson about, we're going to link 2 things together, food and geography, okay? So where our food comes from. All right, so your date and Walt is on the board there for you. So it's Monday the 1st of February. Wow, January's gone. All right, and today we are learning to identify the location of where food comes from. I expect actually not many people have given much thought to why we eat food when we do. Okay, we looked at seasonality last week. Okay, so hopefully we've got a better idea now that certain foods taste better during certain months of the year. So that's why we call it seasonality. But also food tastes better based on where it comes from. Okay, and there are certain areas of the world and of the UK that provide us with food that is, it's just perfect conditions for it. So today, that's what we're going to be finding out, where our food comes from. All right, so let's have a quick think back to last lesson. Can you tell the person next to you if you want to play a bit of tennis? All right, you can. Can you name as many counties as you possibly can? All right, pause the video, go. Counties. Okay, I just did 10. All right, can anyone beat 10? Have a go. 10 counties. Do you want me to do them for you? Let's go. Let's start with the ones around us. Gloucestershire. So that's where we live, in Gloucestershire. So around us, we've got Wiltshire, we've got Somerset, we've got Warwickshire, we've got Herefordshire, we've got Worcestershire, we've got Monmouthshire, we've got Herefordshire, not too far away. We've got, I'm going to go down south and I'm going to do Devon, Cornwall. We'll go all the way along the coast, Dorset. We'll go across further Hampshire. We'll go West Sussex, East Sussex. We'll go Kent, Essex. We could go all the way around Suffolk, Norfolk. Okay, that's about 10. Can you beat that? I'll be impressed if you can. All right, so well done if you could remember any of the counties. I did ask some of you in my feedback last week, have you visited many counties? Try and work out how many counties you may have visited. All right, some of you said you've been to Scotland and you've been to Wales. So if you drove there, you definitely would have traveled through lots of different counties. Can you work out which ones you did? All right, so today, as I said, we are looking at where our food comes from, location-wise. So I'm going to share with you a different screen, and it says, where do we get our food from? So let's just go on to this one. Okay. Sorry, apologies for my hair as well. I can tell it's in lockdown. It is an absolute bird's nest at the moment. So anyone good at cutting hair, I'd really appreciate it because it's an absolute disgrace. So I apologize for that. When you catch yourself on the camera, terrible. Right, so identify the location of where food comes from. So food, as we found out previously, can come from all over the world, all right? And we found out that actually it's not very good for the environment for it to travel from all over the world, but there are certain countries where certain foods can only grow, all right? So for example, we won't be able to grow oranges in our country, all right, because it's not hot enough, okay? It needs a warm climate. So we sometimes get oranges, for example, from Spain. This example, Brazil, another hot climate, okay? So oranges can come from Brazil. If we go over towards Asia, All right, that's where we get a lot of our rice. All right, again, warmer climates needed. Indonesia, coconuts, these are just examples. It's not the only place where these things grow. A lot of these things here need, a lot of these foods, sorry, mangoes, bananas, they need a certain climate, a warmer climate in which to grow. And that's why we need to shift them all the way around the world to get to us. This one's an interesting one, feta cheese, all right, a traditional Greek food that originates from Greece, all right? So we know that foods can come from all over the world and does come from all over the world. So let's have a look. What I want to do today and what we are going to be doing today is looking at the UK. Okay, so there we are. All right. And what we're going to be looking at is where food comes from the UK, because there's a reason. I'm going to come on to that in a second. Let's just have a look first of all. I'm just going to give us, you can pause the video if you want to just take a few minutes just to look at it and read it yourself. All right. But this is obviously the map of the UK, and you'll notice that there are some counties or some areas, all right, where we get certain foods from. And these areas are famous for the foods that are shown here. So, for example, a big one for me, okay, people say, and now this is all on opinion, obviously, because taste is people's opinion. All right. So if you ever eat lamb, okay, or the meat lamb, all right, it tastes better. The Welsh lamb tastes better. All right. And it got me thinking, why is this? Okay. Let's just have a look, go around the UK. So Dexter beef, okay, it's famous for Northern Ireland, all right? If you go to Scotland, Scotland's a very different climate up here than it is to down here, okay? And there are certain things that grow better and thrive. That word thrive. Thrive means that animals or plants, they do better, okay, that in a certain area than they do in other areas. So, for example, up in Scotland, langoustines, it's like almost like a big prawn, if you like. They are obviously off the coast, and they thrive better up here. Same with Highland cattle. The Highlands, it sort of suggests that that they survive better, and we're going to find out a bit more why they survive and they do well up in the Highlands than they would anywhere else. All right, so have a good look around. The one I'm going to pick out down here, okay, Isle of Wight, okay, tomatoes from the Isle of Wight. We're going to find out. I'm going to ask the question, or maybe you can stop and pause the video now, because I'm going to ask you the question. Why do you think the Isle of Wight is famous for tomatoes, or why do tomatoes grow really well down in the Isle of Wight than, say, up here in Scotland? All right. If you've ever been to Devon, you would have had clotted cream and maybe scones or scones, however you want to say it. So clotted cream on your scones. And you can go around, and these aren't just the only things that are famous in these areas. There are lots of other things as well. So I'm just going to go through a couple. So you'll see, notice here, East Sussex is down here, okay, on the coast here. All right, and they have something called a Dover sole. All right, it's a type of fish. They swim in shallow waters with muddy sea beds. All right, down in East Sussex, okay, it is a perfect place for them to thrive. That word again, look. They are nocturnal, so they are easy to catch at night. Okay, so it's their habitat. All right, these animals or this fish enjoys that type of habitat, okay? So it makes it perfect for them, all right? Oh, light's gone off. Hang on, so Yorkshire. So Yorkshire's a really interesting place in that you've got lots of different sort of areas of Yorkshire. Yorkshire's a huge county. Now, you've got highlands, almost sort of big hills in Yorkshire. and you've got big cities as well. But rhubarb is quite an interesting one. It grows with lots of rain, and it needs cool temperatures. You might even have some, if you have a garden, some growing in your garden. All right, it's a very easy thing to grow because actually it thrives in lots of rain. And what happens in our country? We get lots of rain. All right, so it's a perfect climate for us. If you haven't got any rhubarb, you may want to ask your mum and dad to get some and grow some. Okay, it's really easy to grow, but obviously you need to like eating it to grow it. Okay, so there's something called the rhubarb triangle that, to be honest, I'd never actually heard of until teaching this lesson. So it's a perfect conditions because it's obviously a very wet climate in that sort of area. Okay. So, like I said before, Welsh lamb, okay. Now, people say that the meat tastes a lot better because the soil is quite rich, okay. It produces really good grass, nice, yummy grass, okay. And actually, to add on a bit more to this, people say that lamb that is reared near the coast, all right, so where there's lots of sea air, they say, contains lots of salt. If you ever go to the sea, the coast, and it's windy and it gets on your face, you'll be able to almost taste salt on your face. Now, this salt makes food taste better, or it makes enhances the taste of food. So when the salt goes on the grass and the lambs eat it, okay, they say that it sort of tenderizes, makes the meat taste even better. So people suggest that Welsh lamb can be really, really tasty. All right. So and again, people say lamb from New Zealand. All right. So again, another climate very similar to Wales. All right, that produces very good lamb. Highland cattle, which we touched on earlier. They're suited to their environment. Look at them. They've got lots of hair. They are very tough, rugged animals, all right? They are able to withstand lots of rain. They are able to withstand cold temperatures, all right? The highlands up in Scotland are very difficult to survive in. Not much grows up there, all right? They are very good, these cattle, at foraging. Do you remember that word, foraging, which means finding food, okay? They don't just munch on grass. They'll go and eat pretty much anything that's in their way, flowers, grass, leaves, okay? Now, this actually, you think, oh, yuck. This actually helps the meat taste even better, all right? It means that actually they don't eat any rubbish, okay? They're having to do it's a lot of effort to get their food, which means that they stay very lean, okay? They don't get very fat. And this makes the meat taste even better, all right? This is the same with Dexter beef. So in Northern Ireland, tough conditions ensure the meat stays lean, all right? I'll let you read that. Okay, so again, Northern Ireland, very, very famous for their Dexter beef, okay? And we have a lot of that in our country. So going back, let's stop sharing that. And we're going to go back to my slides, and I'm going to give you your task for, where is it? There we go, the task for today. So we found out hopefully a little bit more about where things come from, all right? And what we're going to do now is find out, this is going to be your task for today, all right? So I've got the map of the UK, which included where things come from, all right? There are some missing. Okay, there are 5. It says, can you locate where the 5 foods come from on a UK map? All right. Now, I'm not just saying that rhubarb only comes from Yorkshire. Okay, it doesn't. Rhubarb can be pretty much grown anywhere in the UK. All right. It's the same with Dexter beef. If you if you had a field and you wanted to keep Dexter beef cattle, then you could. All right. It's just saying that these areas of the UK are some of the best areas for it to grow or for you to make this food because of the climate and the ingredients around. Okay, so it's not saying that this is the only place you can get it from. It's where perhaps it's best to get it from. Okay, so what I'd like you to do for your task, so this is your job. I would like you to have a go, even if it's really rough on your page, at drawing an outline of the UK. You might, okay, I doubt very many of you will, okay. In school, we've got some of these atlas, all right. And if you've got a map of the UK, you might be even able to trace it. If you're in school, you can do that, all right. Or I've attached this sheet to the PDF back on the main page. So if you need to print this off, you can. However, you don't need to. All I would like you to do is do a really rough outline. You can draw it yourselves, okay? It doesn't have to be exact, all right, of the UK. And I want to see if we can label it, all right? Have a look at it and say, well, roughly, where do these things come from, all right? So what I'm going to do is put in these missing gaps. So that's it. I'm going to start with an easy one. Now, this one says Wales. Now, I know what Wales is, this country over here. So I'm going to move that. Okay, that's Welsh lamb. Okay, perfect. All right, let's do that one first. I'm going to start with another one. It says easy one here, Scottish Highlands. So if it's the Scottish Highlands, that's got to be from Scotland, yeah? So let's have a look here. Now, I've got to read my map carefully because is it this one there? No, it can't, because look, the arrow is going, that's Northern Ireland, so it can't be that one. So I'm going to have a look again. Is it that one there? No, it can't be that one. I think actually it's probably that one there, the Scottish Highlands, famous for Highland cattle. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I've done the first two. See if you can carry on. So your task again, draw out or trace out or print out the map of the UK. Okay. And then see if you can fill in. You don't have to do them all, okay? Even if you just want to do these 5, all right, fill in the areas and the food of what's famous from that area. You can pause the video now if that helps. All right, your Go Deeper task, I've also attached to the PDF at the start, all right? If you can, I'd like you to locate where the 5 foods come from on the map. So that was your original task. So hopefully you've done that now. And then the Go Deeper, can you add which region? So what part of the UK is it from? So for example, you've got here, down here, you've got the southwest of England. You've got the southeast of England. Okay, the Midlands, Northern England, and then obviously you've got the countries remaining Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales. So maybe just on them, for example, here, I would write in, up here, sorry, next to my Highland cattle, I would write, well, that's Scotland, okay? Put that in underneath or next to it, okay? So that is your task for today. You need to draw the map of the UK, okay? I won't go on. And I would like you to have a go at putting in as many of these famous foods and where they're from. If you'd like to do some more research as to what else is famous, okay, then please do. The learning objective here is to realise that actually different areas of the UK, we have very different climates here, okay? The hotter part, the counties are down south, okay? Why do you think that is? I'm just going to leave you with a couple of questions. Why do you think it's warmer down here and colder up here? Okay. Why do you think then that things like the southeast so is good for cherries, okay, and they wouldn't be so good up here? Okay. Why is Scottish whiskey, okay, why is it best from here? Okay, so there's lots of reasons why, okay, and we could spend all day talking about why these foods are famous and why they are suited to where they're from, okay? But if you want to do some more research, you can, all right? Good luck with the activity. Please let me know how you get on. I will speak to you soon.